Hey everybody, it's Suey here. I'm going to do a tag today about the end of the year. It's called the end of the year book tag. I have been tagged by several people for this one. Pat, Stuart, and Gavin over at Genre Books. And this one was originally done quite a while back, I understand, by Ariel Bissett. It's one of those tags that gets revived every year when everybody wants to kind of do a wrap up for the year. Now, I have a feeling though that this tag is actually technically meant to be done a little earlier than what it is right now. We are 2 weeks away from Christmas this very today, that's very today that I'm filming it. By the time I put this up, because I'm saving this for Tag Tuesday next week, of course, we will be 1 week away from Christmas and 2 weeks away from the end of the year. So I'm thinking that, it's meant to be a little bit more reflective of a little bit more time before the year's end. Am I making sense? Anyway, we'll just do this for fun anyways, okay? Are there any books you started this year that you need to finish? Well, I started, these ones were bugging me. These ones were bugging me to get done. And I don't know what I was thinking. I just am learning that I have a struggle with big fat books. I did a few in the summer. This one I started in the summer. And I thought maybe I could get through it because it's probably pretty fast reading once you get going, but I gave up. I'm not going to worry about this one until next year sometime. Okay? I got to page 90, chapter 6. So a good little start, but that's nothing compared to 1,080 pages here. I'm not going to try and finish this one. I give up. I give up for this year. This one was supposed to be my October read. I got to page 80, but that's not counting the big, huge thing I read in the back. This book's so weird, guys. So there's a huge addendum thing in the back, and I read a whole chunk of it in the back because it's referred to up here, and I needed to flip back and read it in the back. Anyway, so I probably read more like 120 or so pages of this book. I'm saving this one for next year. I'm not going to worry about it right now. Out of my hair. Okay, I didn't even grab this one. Okay, this one. Oh, this one I was going to read in 2022. 3, 2. I can't remember. I think it was last year I was going to read it, maybe 23. And then I thought, okay, I'll finish it this year. Well, I didn't even touch it this year. I know that the 5th book came out this week. I can't remember what it's called. So everybody's very excited about that. So now I am 2 books behind this one and Rhythm of War, which is over here somewhere too. And it's like I love these characters, but I struggle with like focusing on it because I have all these other things I need to do too. So I hear he's taking a break. So maybe I will be able to catch up by the time the next one comes out. That's the plan. But for now, I'm not worrying about this one for this year. Maybe in 2 weeks for 2025. I'll start thinking about that one again. This one I also started. Oh, did you want to know what page I'm on? I'm halfway through this book, guys. No, not quite halfway. I'm on page 513, chapter 52. Not quite halfway. Sorry, I was getting excited there for a second. This one I started with my writing group like in March. And I know one of my writing group friends finished it like in a week. I'm on page 38, chapter 3. I really wanted to finish this one because it would not be hard to finish, but I'm not going to worry about it till next year. So this one, and I'm sad because this one would have fulfilled a prompt in one of my challenges. So, oh well. So those are the ones that were bugging me, but they're out of my hair for right now because I'm not going to worry about them. Are there any books you started this year that you need to finish? Those are the ones I started that I'm not going to finish. Other than that, there's nothing else that I started that I need to finish. Do you have an autumn book to transition into the end of the year? See, this is what's making me think that you should be doing this a little sooner than 2 weeks before the end of the year. And I'm not exactly sure what this question means. Do I have an autumn book that's going to transit? I don't understand. Was My House of Leaves supposed to be my autumn book? that transitioned me to the end of the year. Maybe. I just don't know. Okay, so number 3. Hopefully you love this tag doing that I'm doing. Is there a new release you're still waiting for? Not for this year, but we all know I am waiting for Marcus Zusak. 3 Wild Dogs. It's in January. We are getting close, guys. So that will be my big yay moment that will be happening as soon as this year's over into the next year, but nothing for this particular year. What are 3 books you want to read before the end of the year? So here's what's on my nightstand. Oh, not this one. Okay, so I'm doing a buddy read with Melinda at Web of Stories for Eleanor Oliphant is Completely Fine. We are starting this on the 15th, hoping that by that time, when is the 15th? That's like only 4 days away, right? Well, I was gonna say, I'm hoping by that time that I have all the Christmassy things and worries and stuff out of my head so that I can just relax and read the book. That's not gonna happen in 4 days. Hopefully the week before Christmas sometimes is actually a little easier to read because you can hopefully have done all the shopping and stuff by then. At least I try to. So anyway, hopefully I will have no problem with this one, but I'm saving it for when our buddy read officially starts. In the meantime, I finished already Piranesi for book club, which is tomorrow. By the time this goes up, it will be tomorrow. Gearing up for what I hope is a fun discussion. I've already seen that there are some people who do not appreciate this book, which makes me nervous as always, because then I feel like I have to defend it. But you know, I don't know. That's just my issue. So in the meantime, while I'm waiting for it to be time to read Eleanor, I've got these other books, and I had started this one, Us Against You. I can never remember the title of this one. Us Against You. Second book in the Beartown series by Frederick Bachman. I was trying to read it for Ellen's book club in November. Yes, November. She read it for November. But I got 54 pages in. I know it gets good, but right now I'm struggling and I haven't really given it any more chance yet this month. So because I was concentrating on Piranesi, and I was also reading, this is really not answering the question. I've also been concentrating on writing stuff and reading the books that my friends have written. So I read 2 books and not this one, okay? Can't really talk about those ones. In the meantime, since this one's not grabbing me and this one I can't start yet, then I wanted to read something fluffy-ish. So I started a reread of this one, which is a book I loved back in the day, and we just barely saw this author, and it made me pull out my book so I could get it signed, and I wanted to reread it. And then I also started this one to see if it was fun, and I only read a chapter yesterday, and I might keep going on this one. This one I can finish real fast. This one I might keep going. So those are the books that I have yet to read for this year in the next couple weeks. But guys, Piranesi, when I finished it, was my 60th book of the year, counting the 2 books I read for my writing group people, because they count all these books that I'm reading these next couple of weeks are bonus books. That was a real long ramble answer to that question. Okay, well, is there a book you think that could still shock you and become your favorite book of the year? I am suspecting I will like this one pretty well. I don't know anything about it at all going in. Will it be a favorite book of the year? My most favorite book of the year? Probably not. A favorite book of the year? Probably. Maybe. Possibly. We'll see. Have you already started making reading plans for next year? Well, all those books right there that I need to finish, that I just showed you, plus Marcus Zusak's book, which I already talked about a million times. Plus, as always, I like to play around with some challenges, like my bookstore has a challenge, my library has a challenge, and Pop Sugar has a challenge. If you're not familiar with that, it's real popular website. I don't even know what Pop Sugar is, people, but they have a 50 book challenge every year. And I like to look at that and try to make my books fit into those challenges. And I don't necessarily plan my reading around it, but it's fun to look at it and, you know, kind of gear some books towards that. And that list just came out last week. And I just gotta say, I am fascinated by people who freak out about the prompts on challenges. There's so many people, it seems like, who complain about the prompts and they're like, oh, but I really don't like blah, 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 blah. It's a for fun thing. You don't have to do it. And if you can tweak the rules if you want to, too. This is not like, you know, a gun to your head thing. It's just for fun. And people act like it's this huge life or death situation. And also, chill a little bit. Like, don't complain about prompts for reading. So what if you don't like it? Try something new. You know, go out of your box. That's the whole idea of a prompt. I just have to vent a little bit here because I just see it's a Facebook page that I'm part of and people are just complaining about things and it's just mind-boggling to me. People make me crazy sometimes. There's that. You can go look it up. Maybe I'll have a link down below if you're interested. I don't know. And see what you think and see if you feel like complaining about book prompts. So that's not really planning, but of course I have my book club books every year. So that's something that I read every month for sure. I'm not really planning anything else specifically. I'm obviously a mood reader. I've decided. I didn't really think I was, but I am definitely. I would love to do something next year. Maybe help promote YA in August with Maria Andrea. I love doing the Asian one in May, and I don't know if I'll do a classics one or not. I feel like that might be committing to something I actually can't finish myself. I just kind of want to try to get more involved. If I get more involved in some sort of event, then that's committing to books, certain books, right? I think that's all for this one. Tagging people, I'm not going to do because I know this one has gone around a lot. And everybody I know has probably either been tagged or already did it. So that's it for this one. Till next time, happy reading, bye.